What you doing, little boy? What you doing? What's up, you guys? You're living life with B, and baby, when I tell you, I have had a rough morning. I don't know. I got this band on my arm. I just had my blood work done to get all of my panels checked, but I'm also getting my hormones checked as well, because the older I get, I just want to be like, I just want to make sure that everything is good. Oh, the reason why I wanted to get my hormones checked is because it's like the older I get, the more like crazy my PMS symptoms are. And he said that based off of my symptoms, he thinks that I may have PMDD, which I'm not too sure like what that is, or what, like, I don't know the symptom. Like, I need to go home and do some research, which I'll probably do this morning. But anytime I am like 5 to 6 days away from starting my cycle, I turn into a different person. Like, who am I? Like, it's like I am having a hormone crash or surge of something, and like the slightest thing makes me cry. Just, I'm like, I go through hell, and I'm like, this just started happening. But I also feel like my body is now completely free of any like toxins, hormones, anything. I haven't been on birth control in several years. I did have Mr. back in 2022. And since then, I always say it takes 2 years to feel normal after having a baby. And he is 2 as of January 2024. So he'll be turning 3. And I'm not on any birth control. I'm not pregnant, haven't been pregnant, none of that. So I feel like my body is finally, after several years of just being pregnant and birth control and everything, like, I feel like my body is now normal. And I don't know if this is what normal feels like if other women, like, is this what just be happening on y'all cycle now that my body isn't regulated by any like false hormones, or is there something off with my hormones? I don't know, but I'm getting it all checked out and tested out. So yeah, we'll have to wait. I have a follow-up appointment in 2 weeks to see like what my levels are, to see if I'm diabetic, or pre-diabetic, what my cholesterol is looking like, what these hormones are looking like. Over the course of these 2 years since I've been separated, again, I've been checked for STDs every 6 months, and everything came back clear. So I'm not even worried about that, because I'm not dealing with nobody. But I have had a morning. Not only is it like just an emotional morning because of these PMDD, I don't even want to claim anything over my life, but just I'm about to start my period in a couple of days, and I am like just emotional about everything. And then the schedule this week is a little off, and like when my schedule is off, because we do the same thing every morning, when the schedule is off every morning, my kids act like they don't know what to do in the morning, even though we do it every morning. But when the schedule is off, they really just be like, what are we doing? What's going on? So we didn't wake up as early. I thought letting them sleep in would be cool. No, they still woke up fussy, grumpy, got Luna together. Luna was just not listening well this morning. Cairo, so eager to do what Luna was doing, knocked the whole bowl of cereal onto the floor. Milk went everywhere. Cereal was everywhere. There's cereal and milk all over him. And I'm like, my guy, I'm already emotional. Tills are like, don't cry over spilled milk, literally. Like, but I'm just like in shambles, because I'm like, this is too much. So then they play in the garage. I get Luna off to the bus, get Mr. in the car to go to daycare, because I had my doctor's appointment this morning at 8:10, or I thought it was at 8:10. And I get him in the car, and he's in this phase where he takes his shoes and socks off every time we get in the car. But it's like, if he knows, sometimes he's good and he does not do it like in the modes where he's really excited, but in like, it's like And I know he's 2, so he technically does not know. But it's like, he'd be like, it's already a morning, let's turn this shit up a notch. And he takes his shoes and his socks off and he throws them. And because they're black, my interior on the floor is black. It was dark outside this morning. It was hard to find. I'm like, oh my God. So I literally just got him out the car. No socks, no shoes. Picked up the socks and shoes. He walked into daycare with no socks, no shoes. I signed him in. I set him down on the floor to put his shoes on. And I guess he thought because the routine was different, he was staying with me today. Oh no, the hell you're not. Like, you're going to school today, because I need a mental break. So he thought he was staying with me. I put his shoes on and his socks. He's kicking. He doesn't want to put his socks and shoes on. I'm like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. So I get the socks and shoes on and drop him off. I picked him up. He's falling all out. I said, I love you, son. Have a good day. His teacher picked him up. I walked out. And like, leaving your kid like that when you know they're having a tough moment, but you're also having a tough moment. I just sat in the car and like cried for like 8 minutes. No lie, like ugly cried for like 8 minutes. And I'm like, it is just one of those mornings as a mom where it's like, you're doing everything by yourself and you know it's a bad moment. Like, it's not a bad life. You're just having a bad moment. The kids had a rough moment. Like, everything is going to be fine, but that doesn't make it any easier in the moment. So yeah, I sat there and ugly cried in the gas station parking lot by the air pumps for like 8 minutes. And then I got myself together because I'm like, you have to get to your doctor's appointment. Go to the doctor, pull up. They open at 8. I thought my appointment was at 8:10, so I'm rushing in there. I'm like, my appointment's at 8:10. It's just lab work, you know, whatever. She's like, babe, your appointment's not until 9:10. So I was rushing for no reason. Like, just, now my business phone's ringing. Scam likely. So yeah. But luckily, the lady was really nice. It's just like, you look like you've had a morning. And I said, I have. And I was just crying a second ago. And she was like, I can tell. Let me see if I can get you seen a little bit early. So they literally came right out and got me. They drew my blood, which took all of 2 seconds. The phlebotomist was really, really good. He taught me something new about like the little blood vial things. And I decided I don't have to be to work until 11 o'clock. And I just decided, like, in these moments, because I know I'm struggling with like this PMS, PMDD, whatever, I'm not going to be hard on myself. Like, I'm not going to have these ugly thoughts of, oh, you're a bad mom, or you just don't have your stuff together because you can't remember X, Y, and Z time. Like, I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm not. I am not. I'm going to treat myself with kindness and with respect. And I am here at Maple Street Biscuit. I'm going to have me a fabulous breakfast by myself. I'm going to have a mimosa. And then I'm going to go home. I'm going to soak my feet and do a foot mask and give myself a foot massage. And then I'm going to go to work. And I'm going to have a very productive day. Just because I had a bad morning does not mean I need to have a bad day. So yeah, that's the plan. I wish I had my camera, but I do not. I had no intentions on vlogging today because this morning got off to a terrible start. And if I'm honest, I didn't even remember to bring the camera today. Oh God, it's fire trucks and ambulance. I hope whoever that is for is okay. Kennedy has homecoming. She's a part of the homecoming court. So we have to go to the football game today. Last night, she had her last volleyball game and freaking killed it. She had the best game ever. But I'm about to walk into here and get breakfast. And yeah. My food was so good. Literally everything was really, really good. But y'all, I am still having a day. Like, I ate my food. That was awesome. I started watching Love is Blind while I was sitting there. And if it's one thing I know how to do, I know how to enjoy my time by myself. Like, I am very good at being by myself. Love it here. But then I get a text message from my neighbor, and she let me use some bobby pins for Kennedy's hair. So I'm thinking she's texting me like for pictures of Kennedy, because that's what she told me last night. Like, hey, send me pictures or whatever of her homecoming thing. And I said, okay, cool. So that's what I'm thinking that the text is about. She sends me a video of the front of my house. Like, girl, your water meter is leaking. There's water from the front of my house just streaming down the street. So she did call the water company for me, and they're sending somebody out. But I'm like, girl, I'll be home in a little bit. Like, I'm not about to rush. Like, I'm not gonna rush eating and enjoying my time because there's water coming out of my front yard. Like, because what am I gonna go home and do? Look at it? I don't work for the water company. I don't know how to fix that. So yeah, I finished my episode. I finished my breakfast. I just sat there and pondered on life for a little bit. Then I get in my car because I got an Americano. And then, y'all, since when did it become so difficult to order coffee? Like, usually I drink my coffee at home. But why? Like, she's like, I'm like, I just want a cup of coffee. Like, just give me a cup of coffee and I'll put my own cream and sugar in it. She's like, well, do you want an Americano? Do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want... I want some coffee. Like, child, I don't have time for all of these games. Like, if you don't just give me a cup of coffee. So she gives me an Americano, and then she comes over and she was just like, we filled it to the brim. It's gonna be pretty hard for you to put your cream and sugar in there. Which, why would you do that when I told you I wanted to put cream and sugar in it? I don't know. She was like, well, it's mainly water and we mix in an espresso. And I'm like, I am not a barista, child. Like, I don't know what any of that means. You're like speaking German to me right now. I don't know what that means. I just want a regular cup of coffee in a coffee cup that I can put cream and sugar in. And she gave me like this cup, I'm scared to even pick it up, this like type of solo cup. And it was extremely hot. So I literally just was like, can I have a cup of water, like to drink with my food? I drink, my water with my food, and I'm like, I'll just take the coffee to go. By the time I leave, it'll be cooled down. Y'all, I get in the car, I turn on my music. I'm like, okay, let's go home and deal with the water issue. Go to take a sip of the coffee, go to put it back in my little cup holder here. The lid pops off, and there's coffee everywhere. There's coffee everywhere. All in my cup holder, all in my front seat, all down on the floor. So now my car is gonna smell like coffee if I don't clean it out. I am over it. I really want to go home and soak my feet and put on some lashes, because then if I put on lashes, I can't cry, because then I'm going to cry my lashes off. So I probably should put on my lashes first, because that's just what's important. Like, I don't want to cry. But honestly, I'm probably gonna go home and get into bed and cry until 11 o'clock when I gotta go to work. So I'll show y'all the water when we get home, child. Y'all, look at the water down the street. The birds is having a field day. What the hell? Look at this. Look at this. Lord have mercy. This shit is so ghetto. Because what the heck? What is even this? So, all that water is flowing down the street. God knows how much my water bill is about to be because of that. But y'all know what I don't understand? Like, I'm not from Texas. Texas, they have like their water system thing in the ground, which I don't understand. If my memory serves me correctly, back home, our water meters was like on the side of the house, like off the ground. But I don't understand, like, why would you put the water meter in the ground when people like mow the lawn? It like something is bound to happen. But on top of that, how does it just, when I left the house this morning, it was fine. There was nothing there. Like the ground was dry. I leave for a couple hours and now there's water running down the street. Like what happened to cause that? Like, I don't understand. I truly don't understand what's happening. And in talking to my neighbor, she said that they had a leak that they couldn't even see and their water bill was like $600. They came out and said that it was basically their responsibility and they had to pay like the high bill. If I get a bill for $600, I'm not paying that. I'm not paying that. So that ain't none of my business. That's between you and God. My business phone is ringing again. Hello? I just cannot see myself paying $600 or whatever for something that I didn't do and it's not my fault. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand what is happening to me today. And I think I'm about to go to bed. I'm about to go to bed because I don't even know, like, do I turn the water off? I don't even know what to do, like, at this point. I don't know. Let me make some calls. So I just got off the phone with the water company and they said to leave it. I asked her, I said, do I need to shut off the water in my house or what do I need to do? Because there's water going everywhere outside. And she told me, she said, just leave it. She said, you can turn the water off to the valve in the house, but you need some type of tool to do that. Most people don't have the tool. It's done by the water company. So she said, yeah, just leave it. And I said, what does that mean for my bill? She said, well, if it's on our side, then they just put in a ticket and everything will be adjusted. But what determines if it's on their side or on my side? That's because I don't know anything about this. Can't they easily just say, oh, it's on your side? Like, and then I don't understand. I'm getting to bed. I don't understand why, like I left this morning, all the lids and everything, it was fine. The ground was dry, but I'm about to take my clothes off. I didn't want to get in my bed with my clothes on. I don't understand what is happening. And because I don't understand, I am going to sleep. I'm going to go to sleep for like an hour because it's 10 o'clock. I have to be to work at 11. So I'm about to lay down, and if they ring the doorbell, they ring the doorbell. If they don't, they don't. But I also don't have any water pressure in my house. Like, I tried running the kitchen sink, the bathroom sink. There's no water here in the house. So hopefully I don't have to use the restroom because there's no water in the house. So yeah, that's that. I don't have the mental capacity to deal anymore. So I'm going to take a nap and reset my nervous system. And then when I wake up, I will go to work. So yeah, that's that. Good night, y'all. And y'all, one more thing. Before I lay down and go to bed, let me tie this scarf around my head and put my iPads on, because if I'm gonna have a bad day, at least I can look good at the same time. Like, all things can't be bad. I can't have a bad day and be ugly. Like, can't. So I'm gonna put my scarf on because, baby, trying to grow my edges in. and put my iPads on, and we are gonna go lay it down. These are the gold eye patches, and I freaking love these things. I swear by them. And when I wake up and go to work, I check my schedule early this morning. When I got up, oh, these are so cooling. They feel really good. I checked my schedule this morning, and we have a meeting at work that I don't really plan on participating much in. So during that time, I'm going to listen to the meeting and do my lashes. So yeah, if we're gonna have a bad day, we're gonna at least look good while doing it. So now that I have my eye patches on, I have my scarf on, I am legit going to bed. I'm getting in the bed right now as we speak for a quick little nap. So the company is here to fix the water issue, and he told me like I'm gonna have to turn the water off for like an hour in order to get it fixed. And I'm like, baby, we don't got no water anyway, so do what you gotta do. I just told him like, go ahead, it's fine. But he's out here, and I got on my robe, so I'm not going out here. But I'm nosy and in the blinds, child, and he done dug up the yard. It's a lot going on. I don't know if y'all can see. He's on the phone with somebody. I don't know if he's on the phone with somebody or watching a YouTube video, but hopefully he get it fixed. Because I woke up from my nap and I gotta use the bathroom. So hopefully it's fixed soon because I have to pee, but we don't have any water in the toilet. So yeah, I am just sitting here working, and I'm only working 4 hours today. I'm off at 3 because I have to do the school run, pick up all the kids, and then go to the basketball, or not the basketball game. Oh, child, that nap. I go to the football game because they're going to announce the homecoming court at halftime. So I'm going to get the babies and we're going to go to the football game. Papa is really excited. Before he threw a fit on me, he was really excited to go to the football game. So we shall see. I did, after I had my 8-minute breakdown in the car, I did text his teachers to see like how he was doing, how's his mood, whatever. I'm waiting for them to respond because I hate when him and I are not on the same page and I have to leave him. I'm always worried, like, did he have a bad day because we didn't have a good morning? Or like, did that affect his whole day? Because I'm an adult, I can compartmentalize. Like, I'm having a bad moment, not a bad life. But in his little 2-year-old brain, it's like, is this the end of the world for him? Because I just feel like everything is the end of the world for toddlers. Like, they be going off the deep end, but then they be snapping back and forth. So I don't know. I just want to make sure that his mood has turned around and that he's having a better day. As soon as I get off work at 3, I technically don't need to go get him immediately, but I'm going to because that's my baby, period. So yeah, let me finish working. As soon as I made that last clip, I went and looked at the messages from his teacher, and she said he's perfectly fine now. He has calmed down and he's doing great. He's back to his normal self. So baby boy is doing good. Now I can stop stressing and worrying about if he's okay. So I'm still gonna go pick him up early, but it is what it is. So 2 hours later, the water company is done working on the issue in the yard. And I asked him, I said, so what happened like all of a sudden? And he said they recently switched out the meters to be like electric meters or whatever. And whenever they did the switch, whoever did the original plumbing for the house tightened the valve too tight. So when they did like the meter switch, I don't know, something went wrong and basically like the pipe just burst. But he's sending the ticket over to the company so that my bill isn't astronomical. And he said, technically, it's not their issue because the original plumber for the house is the one who tightened it too tight, causing it to burst. But because they just switched over the meters, they're gonna go ahead and take the fault for this one and correct it and correct my bill. So that is a plus. I just took out some chicken breast for dinner. I'm gonna make some orange chicken sticky rice and I think some green beans or some type of veggie. And I'm pretty much done working for the day. It is 1:16. I don't get off work until 3 o'clock. But I'm over 100% for the day. So I am making me some food. I'm gonna continue working because that's just gonna help me for later on this week. But yeah, now I can clean my kitchen, prep dinner, you know, and all of that on my break because the water's back on. So that's a win. Y'all, I can't make this up. On top of my already hectic and emotional day, the meeting, y'all know the meeting that I was telling y'all about that I had at work that I had no intentions on participating in. I kind of was just going to do my own thing. Well, I clearly didn't do my lashes. I actually listened to the meeting because it was pre-recorded, which was very odd. And I was just like, okay. They just announced that they laid off 500 associates. Like, we're an extended department of that department. 500 people, which is crazy. Like, I'm not being laid off, but that is crazy. Crazy. Like, fix it, Jesus, because what is happening on October 22nd, 2024? I'm not gonna let it shake me. So that news is just like, wow, that's crazy. I wonder what else is coming down the pipeline. Like, I've been with this company for a really long time, but and there has been some major changes just within like the last 6 months. That's like, ooh, what's going on? But I know that with or without this job, God is my provider. So I'm like, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna worry about it. How these bills get paid is none of my business. Like, ain't got nothing to do with me. How the food get on the table, we'll get there when we get there. I'm not worried about it. Like, God is definitely my provider. I'm not saying that I'm not gonna take necessary precautions, you know, to do whatever. I'm not just gonna sit and let life happen to me. You know what I mean? But to be up at night and worry or fall out about it, not gonna do it because my faith is too strong. But I do feel like I am being tested. It's like Job when he had all of those things like happening to him and he's just like, nah, I'm gonna keep believing in God. I'm gonna keep believing in God. I'm gonna keep trusting God. That's what I feel like my life has been for the past 2 years. It's like, bruh, like, can a girl get a break? Like, did you just hand me over on a silver platter and was like, just test her and see how strong her faith is because she ain't gonna fold? And it's just like, although that is true, take it easy on me. Be easy on me. Ain't that what Adele said? But yeah, that news was crazy. I really need to go and put my clothes back on because when I get off, I'm going to go and get my son from the daycare. We're going to come back home and wait for Luna to get home. And then we're going to go and head to the football game so that we can watch Kennedy come out on homecoming court. And then I'm going to come home and give them dinner. I'm trying to decide if I want to, I took the chicken out, but I'm trying to decide if I want to prep dinner now and cook it later or just do all the prepping and cooking later. I don't know. When all the kids come home, it'd be like pure chaos, but I don't know. I'll figure it out because I always do. Real quick, let me make sure I got my key before I lock myself out. I am headed out to go and get King Cairo and then come back home to get Luna off the bus. And I just wanted to show y'all real quick that this whole thing, it kind of looks a mess, but they did fix it and the ground is not good. So I am headed to get Mr. Baby from daycare, and then I have to come back here so I can get Luna off the bus, and then we are going to head to the football game for homecoming. Kennedy told me, she said, do you want me to tell you if I got homecoming princess or not? And I'm like, girl, I'm coming. And because apparently she knows, they announced it at the school pep rally today, so she knows if she got it or not. And I'm like, of course I would want you to tell me, but I think she's wanting like me she's asking if she wants, what am I trying to say? She's asking if, because this one is about to die, but I told her, no, don't tell me, you know, if you got it, I'm coming, we're gonna see you at halftime. So I'm excited. I low-key feel like she got it, but the way she was acting, she was super nervous about some other little girl. All right, I switched the battery to the camera, so now we got some juice. Kennedy did text me and let me know that they moved the game to 5:30. So we are here an hour early. Got Luna off the bus. She is knocked out. So me and Mr. are just chilling. I packed him a little snack, so I'm about to give that to him. And I confirmed with the ref that the game does start at 5:30. He's not sure when halftime will be. And I told Kennedy we're leaving after halftime. Number one, I don't even understand football. If they get a little anxious in the car, I'm gonna kind of let them run around, because it looks like there's people on the field and they're just throwing the ball back and forth. But I want to have a good seat like in the front, so I can get some good footage of her or whatever. So we shall see what we do. Bubby, you ready to eat your snack? You're not ready to eat your snack? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, you just told me no.
Yes.
So yeah, we're gonna see what's up with that. Yeah, I am tired, and I was hoping the game was originally supposed to start at 4:30. I was hoping that it would be 4:30. Halftime would be around 5:30-ish. And then I would still be able to get home, cook dinner, all of that in a decent hour. But now, since the game is starting at 5:30, again, he said he doesn't know when halftime will be. But if it's at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, then I'm going to have to go home, cook, and do all of that. I'm not doing that. Like, the kids go to bed at 7:30, and it is imperative that they get in bed on time. Anytime between 7:30 and 8. And I really need them to get in bed on time, because they act a mess in the morning if they don't get enough sleep. So if this doesn't let out until like 7, if we're not going to get home until like 7:30, I'm just going to grab food. And then what I took out for dinner, I'm still going to cook after I get them to bed, and we'll eat it tomorrow, because I don't want the chicken to go bad. So, oh, the joys of parenting and school activities and extracurriculars and all the things. So I'm gonna text Kennedy and see if she needs anything, if she needs help getting dressed or whatever, because she is dressing up, or if she needs me to fix her hair or do anything like that. And yeah, we'll go from there. What are you doing, Mama?
Mommy?
Yes?
Can you get that?
No.
Why?
I don't want to get that.
I want to get that.
Bubby, be careful.
Mom, I want to get that.
Be careful. Tootsie cheese.
I think
She looks so cute. Come on.
Mommy.
Am I the only one who's
You ready?
the world as God?
Mama, can you get
The whole thing.
I mean,
Yeah, no. Not really.
not.
Well, today has been rather ghetto. Me and the kids went to the football game literally for absolutely nothing. I could have picked Kennedy up from band practice and went home and had a much smoother evening, but it is what it is. She did not get to do the little walk the field for the homecoming court. They were supposed to announce it to like the parents, and they didn't. Like the teacher who was supposed to do the announcement kind of like dipped. So we were just like, what? Like, it was crazy. And then the babies acted a mess the entire time that we were at the game, and we actually ended up sitting in the car for a good portion of like the last little bit, and then I saw Kennedy coming back to the car, and I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like, is it halftime? Y'all about to start? And she was like, no, they're not doing it. So it was literally like 2 hours wasted up there at the school, but it is what it is. The babies are in bed right now. Kennedy is in the shower. I am sitting on the floor because I don't want to get in my bed in my outside clothes. I am about to shower and go to bed because today has just been one of those days, but it is what it is. We'll try this all again tomorrow, and I will see y'all in the next video. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I'm like laying on the floor now. My back hurts so bad. I forgot to mention she did not win Hoko Princess, but her homegirl, Bella, did. And they looked absolutely adorable. I'll insert a picture somewhere on the screen so y'all can at least see her. But her friend got Homecoming Princess. So it was like, oh, guys, I'm sleepy. It was, you know, she didn't really, I guess, need to, like, walk the field or whatever. But they looked absolutely adorable in their little dresses. So, yeah, I wanted to add that tidbit.